Hi, Genki Call here with the Tidecaller class trial for August 25th, 2022. All of the um, all of the teams I'm going to use are using the Tidecaller class. I will be switching them because I have my Tidecaller maxed out. I just got that done a week ago, so I'll be changing it for me to get that extra class experience for another class. But let's go over Tidecaller class first. This is actually a really good class. I like this one a lot. I love it for my gold farming team. And the main reason to love Tidecaller is this. It's Lightning Strike, only you buy it with trait stones instead of having to have a level 70 talent. So exploded blue gem when matching 4+ gems. Great. Submerge myself when I take damage. Really annoying when you're fighting somebody with AoE and they do this when you're fighting them. And that. Um, as far as the talent tree goes, we have Snap Freeze, which is always great. You can be immune to Frozen, or you can cleanse yourself on 4+ gem matches. So I prefer this one personally. And then Anti-Magic Sphere, always good. Um, and then can gain some life. You can fairy fire a random enemy when an ally dies. I don't plan to ever lose any troops, so I don't ever use that. Mana Source, though, 50% mana start, fantastic. Deluge is great. Submerge a random ally on 4+ gem matches. Again, very annoying to fight if it's not your team. But you can also gain some life or some magic. Water Mastery, bonus blue mana, or bonus green, or bonus purple. All of the things. Nice. And then finally, you can go totally merfolk here. You can do Fae or you can do Mystics. So actually really like this class for different purposes, but especially if you want to boost blue. And so now that we've gone over that, let's look at the weapon. This is Three Sisters. You do heavy splash damage to an enemy boosted by all blue allies and enemies, and if the enemy dies, give 3 magic to all allies and submerge them. So is it a fantastic weapon? I've only used it a couple times since I got it like 2 years ago, but it's a class weapon, and it's not a terrible class weapon, like the Demonomicon, I think is one of the class weapons, and it like explodes 1 gem and summons. Anyway, that's neither here nor there right now. So let's go over the teams. First of all, before we get there, I have completed the first 3 rounds. I am doing this without any potions, and I'll go over what you'll get for using up all of your sigils. If you don't lose any battles, don't lose any Val Ravens, sorry. Then you should be able to complete this 4th tier, and I'll go over those results or those rewards in a bit. But so for the first 2 teams are for people that have no legendaries. Now, if you have Triton, Triton's going to give you a 50% mana start, but you have to have been able to pull him with your event keys this week. That's the only way to get him. So, if you have him though, he's a great choice. I would use him instead of the Axolotl personally, here in the last slot or something. But also, if you have Ocea's Tome is going to be better than Axolotl as well. Just such a good weapon. But we'll get to Ocea's Tome when we get past the fights that have no legendaries. Once we have legendaries, then I will show you what Ocea's Tome can do because it's very nice. There are other options as well, but what we have here is Mountain Crusher because I know everybody's got it. You just have to get your brown mana mastery up and you get this for free. Axolotl creates a mixture of 18 blue and green gems and then submerges itself. Now, the thing is that there aren't actually that many merfolk in, Merlantis that use that green. And if you really want to harness the green, then you need to use something here on your team that uses it. There are 2 that I would recommend. There is Tuskor and there's Kuotani. Either one will do. We're just trying to get some mana here so we can get this team rolling and get rid of that before it can run away. I'm going to take that. And nice thing about this damage to an enemy and a random enemy. Merlion is going to be our MVP today because it's doing damage to 2 enemies, and there's a reason in particular that he's going to be especially good on the legendary team. I'll get back to that, but double damage if they're silenced and then silence them. So we're just going to go ahead and cast this on the Valraven. Was hoping for a kill, but no, of course not. Let's do that again, just because I needed to. So Axolotl gives us tons of mana. Kuotani, nope, this isn't Kuotani, this is Tuskor. So, actually, Queen Mab is the biggest worry because she freezes on match 4s and most of my team uses blue. So that's why I got rid of her first. We'll go ahead and do this. See if we can get some mana going here. Axolotl keeps missing. Such a pain. Alright. Let's try that again. Axolotl can really, really loop the team to death, and it's just not doing it for me. But this hits 2 enemies. Hooray. We'll do that, and we'll finish off with this. Alright, next team. For people with no legendaries. We're going to go in with this team. And again, I have Tidecaller maxed out, so I want a team or a class that has a 50% mana start. If you don't know what those are, you go into, we're in class here, right? Go into talent tree, look for, I think it's arcane. It should be arcane. And basically, you can see every one of these is at 100 except Geomancer for me. But all of these are 50% mana start. And I'll show you how I got the arcane information. So it's, is it not arcane? Hold on. There it is, Mana Source. Mana Source, level 20 talent. So you can see at the top of the row here that says arcane. Everything here is, anyway, arcane. That's what you're looking for if you're looking for Mana Source, 50% mana start. There are other classes that give you 50% mana start off the traits, but I'm digressing again. So Tidecaller has a 50% mana start. Also, if you're using Triton, you're going to get a 50% mana start for the rest of the team. But this is the next choice. Again, we have Mountain Crusher. We've got Azura on the team who's going to blow up all blue gems on the board, all of them. And Merlion again, and then Merovax, who's going to deal damage to an enemy, create 6 blue gems. Basically, is all it's going to do because I'm not, well, actually, I am submerged right now. As long as I don't cast with my hero, I will have, instead of 6, I'll have 9. But I'm not really utilizing the whole submerge thing to get the most out of Merovax. It's just here because it's a different option. It does damage to an enemy, and that's what we're looking for. I really like to have 2 troops that will get me some mana, and 1 that's going, or 2 that are going to do damage to the enemies, preferably to more than 1 at a time. But actually gonna, am I? Yeah, I'm gonna take that. All right, so everybody has this. This can't be silenced, by the way. Oh no, it can. Oh, okay, so we're gonna hit this guy. I was thinking of somebody else. No, no. All status effects. I was right. He is impervious. Sorry, I was adjusting my headset. Okay. Plenty of blue on the board. There are 9 blue. There are 10 brown. So we're going to do the brown. That starts a dust storm, which is fine. And it's another reason I have Merovax along, because that way we're utilizing that extra brown from the dust storm. So can I drop those? Yes, let's get a match 4 here. Wahaha. I'll take the skulls too. And we'll do this. She is now silenced, and we'll do this. I like this team better. Although Axolotl can really, really loop, I just got very unlucky. So I only have 2 more teams, so I'm going to use this one more time to kind of show off this team a little bit more for people that don't have the Legendaries. And then we'll move on to 1 with Legendaries and 1 with Mythics. And I can totally take a skull hit at this point, so I'm actually going to go for mana instead. And there's not a lot of brown to blow up, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, fine. Blow things up. Kapow! Azura, by the way, is eliminating 27 points of a random skill from the entire team. Dispel means that she is removing any positive status effects that they have, even bless. Everything will be removed, even if they're blessed and barriered. Everything's gone when you dispel them. And these 27 points, you can see for some of them it was life. This one was armor, but it can also take, maybe it might have taken some magic from her as well. So anyway, she's pretty cool. So I'm gonna do Liang here because Liang enchants on match force. And we'll just do that. And yes, it probably would have been better to do her, but because she has more mana and I could have taken her out, but I was more worried about that enchant. So, and then this. Yeah, I like that. I think it has some better synergy than the other team, but that's just me. Next team. This one uses legendaries. Love this team. That's what I used to get this far. However, I did not use that. I used Geomancer. But Tidecaller is ideal for this team, really. So we've got Ocea's Tome that's going to explode all the things. My entire team uses blue, so Deep King is from the faction Sea of Sorrows and Sorrow. I always want to put an S on there. Sea of Sorrow. He does true splash damage to 2 random enemies, submerges himself and a random ally, and become in range when an enemy dies, which hopefully is not going to be needed because hopefully I won't lose my hero ever. Later on you're going to want a class that has a 50% mana start if possible and rock solid, so something like Titan would be really good. But and again, we're using Merlion, and this is where Merlion is really going to come in handy because Triton's going to give the whole team a 50% mana start if you're using Tidecaller. And he also does heavy splash damage, so he's going to hit an enemy full damage, and then the adjacent enemies are going to get half that damage. Here's the thing. So you always want to use splash damage in a way that is going to hit as many enemies as possible. So I'm going to hit this one and hit both of these, and I'm going to hit this one and hit both of these. But eventually you're going to be left with a hole between the two, right? That's where Merlion comes in because it's damage to an enemy and a random enemy. So those last two, hit this one, if that's the way it's going to go. So let's just play this. Hopefully I'll be able to show what I mean here. Ocea's Tome rocks. All right, so here we're going to do that, and I have exactly the situation I was discussing with you. So we're going to do this. We'll do that, and now I can use Triton to finish them off. You know, it's early for this to be happening. You know, normally you might be having to cast more to get this effect, but on the latter levels you will. But it was a nice, fast example, so that worked out nicely. So the last team is actually from Tyrion Shark. He just gave it to me. It's a fantastic autoplay team. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong box. It's a really great. Sorry, my mind. Autoplay team, especially for Merlantis, because Merlantis is really dangerous. Lots of submerging enemies, and you've got the stupid anglerfin that kept devouring me. I love my double Cedric team for gold farming level 12 explorers on autoplay, but this guy was happening. And that little tiny chance he had to devour kept hitting. I haven't had that chance or problem since running this team on autoplay. So thanks, Tyrion. We're going to use this to show off the team with Mythics. If you don't have Triton, put Axolotl here. Absolutely Axolotl. Because Axolotl's going to feed your hero. Essence of Evil is going to be super helpful. I got a Foul Raven on the last level, so I'm going to be able to go into the next Oh, cool. Really need green. You can stop that now. Stop. Thank you. All right. So there's not much green on the board right now. We want to blow up, really, ideally, we want to blow up brown. This guy's immune to... Okay, he's not immune to silence, so I'm going to hit this. I don't want to lose it because, I don't like losing Valravens, even though, I don't plan to go anywhere with this. What's he do? I don't remember what Undine does. Damage to an enemy and the next enemy below. Oops. Boosted by merfolk and submerged. Silence blue enemies. Okay, so I shouldn't have hit her. I should have hit him. Aw, it wore off. How dare you? So there's still not much green on the board. That's unfortunate. We'll do that. Cool. Poison took him out. We're just going to... I might be able to loop on this. I'll do this. I was trying to take that up, not to the right. I've been a little careless with that lately. And break that barrier. So let's do this with the, let's go ahead and get her entangled, because it's good practice to make sure to entangle the first enemy so they can't hurt you with skulls. Also all the other things that it does, but this does splash damage. I kind of want to get some mana for him, but let's do this. Did I just get a Devour? I did. Love that. I haven't actually played this team, like just played it. I've always done it on autoplay, and I never watch it. I just leave it running in the background while I do other things. So there we go. So now we're going to try it with Axolotl, since I got some extra sigils. Yeah. Sorry, that was loud. Let's do Hindle again, sure. And let's switch this to the Axolotl. There we go, and minus yellow. Don't really want to do minus yellow. Let's go ahead and change this. Not that. Oh, yes, actually, I do want to change that. Tidecaller is great. Higher levels, you want to have that barrier. Just need to clear that. But I'm going to go for the Labyrinth banner. I know it's minus purple, but that's okay. Plus plus red, plus plus green is really nice. Very, very nice. Oops, I meant... Sorry. Hold on a second. Genki Call has that maxed out. So let's switch to... Where am I going? Geomancer. Sorry, I'm thinking of 3 things at once and lost track of what I was doing. Okay, let's try this out. This should be fun. Gotta get some mana for the Axolotl, but look, we've got some. There. All right, let's see what we can do here. Meow. And that adds lots of green to the board for, yeah, that adds lots of green to the board for your Piscea, which increases your chances of devouring. Now, the only real source of damage we have here, besides hoping for a devour here, is Triton. So that's the downside of this, but this is heavy splash damage, so I hit the one in the middle here. All the green is now gone. That's okay. We're going to do this. We got a devour. Perfect. And take some more. I did it again. I did it again. All right, we're just going to do this. Let's take that. All right. Now we'll do Piscea. That feeds the Essence of Evil either way. Essence of Evil alone can take out a team. Do that. Oh, I'm entangled. Sure, we'll just go ahead, and I got the double devour. I think the other team is a little safer, perhaps. I have to call like the I do like the synergy of it having that extra green on the board, but you're gonna immediately fill up the Essence of Evil, and then your reason for casting Piscea to feed the Essence of Evil, it's kind of gone, but yeah, let's try this again. I need to go for green or yellow. Yes, and blue. I did it again! Oh, I did it again! Maybe I need to reduce the sensitivity of this darn thing. Maybe that's my problem? I'm not sure. And you can always put Piscea in front. I like to have Piscea in front because he gets this boost to his armor. Of course, if you lose Piscea on those higher levels, you're kind of screwed. But let's go ahead and... I don't like getting devoured, so we're going to hit him. And we'll cast this. We'll get some green for the Essence of Evil. This can't be stunned, but it can still be silenced and entangled and all the other things. Actually, I forgot, Essence of Evil does curse first nowadays. And so, yeah, as long as they're not immune to curse, you're good to go with the Essence of Evil. Ha ha ha. The curse takes away that stuff. So, we'll go ahead and hit him. And we'll do this. It's a little slower. I really like the legendary team better, but this is kind of fun to play with because, you know, devour. I love that. Love it. We'll do this and die. Die. Thank you. Okay. Should be out of sigils now. Let's see. I'm out of sigils. Okay, so for completing Tier 4, which you should be able to do, unless you're extraordinarily unlucky, you should be able to complete Round 4 without spending any gems, and your rewards will be 25 gems, 10,000 gold, and 50 Tidecaller experience. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!